We've got a rectangle, we've been told the diagonal, we've got the length, but we don't know the height, and we've been told that the perimeter of the rectangle is 20. Our main problem is that we don't know the height of the rectangle. Let's call this y. But if we use Pythagoras, yes, I know we're going to get an answer in terms of x, but we can calculate the height of this triangle. We know that 8 squared must equal x squared plus y squared. And we need to make y the subject, therefore y squared is equal to 8 squared minus x squared. And therefore y is equal to the square root of 8 squared minus x squared. So we've got the height of the rectangle, we've got the length, and we've been told that the perimeter is equal to 20. So we can set up an equation which should result in this quadratic. Therefore, we can say that 20 must equal, well, the perimeter is 2x, because we walk along that length twice, and we do this length twice, plus 2 times the square root of 8 squared minus x squared. Now that looks a bit complicated. What we've got to try to do is to isolate this square root on its own, then square the equation, and then we'll be able to solve it. I'm going to write the equation the other way round, and that must be equal to 20, and 20 is joined by negative 2x because we've subtracted 2x from both sides, so this is negative 2x. Now, before we do anything else, I've got a common 2 all the way through. So this will cancel with that, and that is 10, and it cancels with that. So we've got that our square root term now equals 10 minus x. We need to square both sides and get 8 squared minus x squared is equal to 10 minus x multiplied by 10 minus x. Okay, let's expand this right-hand side. And the right-hand side is equal to 100. The underneaths, this will give negative 10x. This would give another negative 10x. So this is negative 20x. And negative x times negative x is positive x squared. Now we've got to gather all the terms up. We've got a negative x squared on this side, and we've got an x squared on this side. So we can add x squared to both sides, and this will become 2x squared. Now the x's, well, we've got no x's on this side. We've just got the negative 20x over here, and we've got 100 on this side, but we need to subtract 64, which is 8 squared, from this side. So 100 minus 64 is equal to 36. So this is positive 36. And because we've moved everything away from this side, we have naught. What's the difference between what they're quoting in the question and our answer? Well, we've just got another factor of 2 to take out. So therefore, I'm going to write it the other way, x squared minus 10x plus 18 equals naught, and we've proved what we were required to do. So let's have a look at part B. And we're asked to solve the equation we've just generated, solutions to 3 significant figures. Well, what does that clearly tell us? That clearly tells us that we shouldn't waste our time trying to form 2 brackets and work out integer answers for x. That would be a waste of time. We've got to go straight to the quadratic formula. We need to write a list. So popping these values into the formula, we get x is equal to the negative version of negative 10, if you know what I mean, is positive 10, plus or minus the square root of b squared, which is 100. Now, is it negative or positive? Well, a and c are both positive here, so it is negative. Minus 4 times a times c. 4 times a is simply 4. 4 times 18 is 72. And this is all over 2. So now, using a calculator, we get 10 plus or minus, working this out, we get 5.2915, and that goes on, divided by 2. and shaving them down to 3 significant figures, the calculator gives that this is 7.65 and x is equal to 2.35. And those are your 2 answers. You might ask, why are there 2 answers? The diagram drawn this way would certainly use x as 7.65 because the rectangle is more horizontal than it is vertical. But if you imagine another 8 centimetres with now the rectangle turned on its end, all of what we've done would still work out. And that smaller value for x would be the 2.35. That's why you've got 2 answers.